Quali Jamal here, video number 3. Got the shirt with the tie on it, looking like I know what I'm talking about or something. Nah, let me stop playing. Let me give a little bit of commentary about relationships, which happens to be one of my favorite topics, because it really is an interesting thing, and there are so many different dynamics that go into a relationship. But ultimately, the goal is to enter into a relationship that's healthy, that's functional, and brings out the best in you. Now, for the past 3 years and a few months, I've worked as a divorce attorney, and I like my career because I'm able to talk to people from all walks of life, various ethnicities and communities, what have you. And so there's so much that I learn from the people that I talk to. Now, a lot of the conversations that I've had, I've noticed that people tend to echo a need for undivided attention. And that goes for both men and women. I've heard many different wives and husbands express that they're looking for a certain type of attention from their spouse. And if you aren't married, then this would apply, to your significant other. So the reality is still applies whether you're married or not married. One of the problems, though, that I've noticed in the conversations is that people tend to think because they've been with someone for a certain amount of time that the other person should automatically know what they want. And that's not how it goes. That's not reality. We shouldn't assume that our wife, husband, or significant other just knows what we need and when we need it, because we are not psychics, and we need to step up our communication and make sure we are effectively communicating to our spouses and our significant others exactly what we need, and make sure we approach it in a loving way, not using accusatory language like you should know this or you should know that. But we need to approach it, maybe just from a easygoing conversation, and give our spouses and our significant others a chance to rectify these issues before we seek attention elsewhere, because people do seek attention elsewhere. And that's exactly what we don't want. We want to have intact relationships. We need and want healthy, functional relationships, because ultimately these relationships, they turn into families. And it's beautiful when we can bring our children up in relationships, that are healthy, functional, stable, and honest and real. So I just want to drop this bug in your ear to give this some consideration, because if these are the type of things I'm hearing in a lot of the conversations that I'm having at the divorce office, maybe if we deal with these things while we're still in the marriage, or if we are actively engaged in a relationship, then maybe we can prevent some of the missteps that take place in a lot of relationships. And the root of it tends to be ineffective communication. So strive to effectively communicate. That's something that I know I strive to do, and I have a lot of room to improve in my communication. But don't assume that your spouse or your significant other knows what you want. Make sure you make it clear, but be clear in a loving way, in a gentle way, in a non-accusatory way. This is Quali Jamal with Quali TV. Make sure you subscribe to Quali TV right now so that you can keep up with other videos and posts that I make. Just various videos about various things. Thank you for your time.